I heard my name.
We still live?
Nothing's changed, huh?
Turn me down. Turn them up, turn me down.
Open your ears and listen, direction for your ambitions. New narrative, this the community coalition.
Hey.
Jamil, Corey, and Dory here for the intervention. We've been letting it slide for too long. He on not no more slipping. Unity in our communities,
That's how we rise up.
Empowerment to self, knowledge is wealth. Let's wise up. No more fighting as individuals, we municipal. Change the forecast, this the podcast to listen to. You got a vision, we got a vision, let's make it visible. Say we gotta fight for our rights,
well then it lists me.
All bite, no bark, real talk 360.
All the way round,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah.
Blah. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Like that, like this, like that, like this, like that. Yeah, we back, welcome. 119 Media Group is proud to present you Real Talk 360. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Real Talk 360, we gonna get to it. I am honored and privileged to be your mediator / host for the day
Sounds good.
from the big small town of Marion. Still repping, but we'll get to that. Marion, South Carolina, I still got y'all. But today, the panel of Real Talk 360, some of our regulars, but I'm gonna start to the left. My boy back, that old ice cold brother.
Yeah. Hey, glad to be in the building, man. Dory McAllister celebrating, shouting out Timminsville, South Carolina, 29501 in the building.
Yeah.
Came back into the house, took my 25% share back off the shelf, and I'm back in the building.
Yeah.
Back in the building. Glad to be here.
Like he left his keys, he right back
Oh,
at
yeah.
it, no doubt. And across from me, man, talked to him a couple of times this week. My man got a lot going on over there. Tori, talk to me, man. How we making it?
Hey, the child household is busy. Yeah, you call my house, you can hear any sound in the background. You hear us grinding, the kids crying, the wife yelling, anything like that. So it is what it is. It can happen. Anything can happen in the background. But other than that, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. Happy to be here always.
Glad to have you, brother. And last but definitely not least, we have the lady of the podcast, Miss Kennedy Kane.
What it do? Kennedy Kane, hailing from the north, of course.
The North. And let's get straight to it. I know it's that time of year, the leaves about to turn, and it is in the United States of America, not soccer, but football season.
Tiger Nation.
Oh my goodness.
Where's Tiger Nation? Oh. So what happened in the swamp?
See, what had happened was, what we found out is that, they tigers in the swamp too. There's some tigers.
Obviously, we adapt very
Good
well.
one.
There are some tigers in the swamp too, man. They went down there and they handled us. And let me make you laugh real quick, Kennedy. So I didn't make it to the game,
Okay.
but the news people did. So it was late. So Friday night, me and my wife, we get home and I just catch it. I'm like, oh, watch the end zone. I think that's what it's called. So I'm watching the end zone and they show that perfect timing. Marion versus Wilson.
Yeah.
We're getting it in. Marion versus Wilson. They show the first 3 touchdowns, all scored by my team. Man, we spanking them 20-0. They didn't show another highlight and we ended up losing. By 20. We ended up losing.
Started
by
raining
20.
after that, boy.
So
Yes, man.
shouts out to them Tigers,
Okay.
man.
But just for the record, because you're going to have to eat some of this crow.
Go ahead. Serve it on up.
Yeah.
Serve it on up.
He told me the day before how we was going to get done. He told us how it was going to go down. He said he wished us all the best, except for that game.
I do. I do. I still do.
You remember all that?
I do.
You
I
wished us
do.
the best.
I do.
That's all right. Y'all held your own. Like I said, when we first got there, it was bleak.
I'm telling you.
I was
She thought I was a prophet for about the first quarter.
Yeah.
20-0 was
Man,
spanking
he knew
them.
exactly what he was talking about.
And next thing I know, they ain't showing no more highlights and we ain't got no more points. But they gonna, it's how you finish. So shots out, man. Y'all gonna get to it. I know that ain't how y'all gonna do the rest of the season, but props to Wilson. props to Wilson and
Thank you,
everything
thank you,
that.
thank you.
No doubt. That crow, that wasn't that bad.
No,
that
it
wasn't that bad.
No,
That wasn't
no,
that
no. You
bad.
good.
So, oh man. So it's with the kids. It's with the kids' schools back in and everything like that. We want to get to one of these topics I was talking about earlier this week with some companions of mine, and came down to where it's about your kids and what do you have? I want to say, what do you have pride in? I know kids sometimes can force your emotions to go one way or another. And we didn't have a podcast last week, and this is about the event that the tragic event that took place in Texas, where at a Pop Warner football game, there ended up being someone being murdered, shot, after the emotions of a game got the best of some grown-ups out there. Now, here we are, and there's some kids and some people's lives who are never going to be the same. And from what I understand, he was a upstanding figure in the community and volunteering his time and services out there. And now he's gone, brother, son, uncle, cousin, father, and he's no longer with us. I don't know what the circumstances led to his demise, but I just want to put it to the panel right now and just ask, all too often we may hear about something like this, but we've also been at games because, Kennedy, you have a kid who's playing high school ball. What could have been done to, I guess, prevent that from happening? What do we need to do as adults to make sure that this doesn't, spark something that becomes too much for us to even handle?
That's hard to say.
Yeah.
Because people just be just gone just like that.
Off the top.
Off the top. They just TTG. They ready to go. They trained to go. They're like, that did not have to happen at all.
No. Dor, you had kids.
Simply put, man, it's parents living vicariously through their kids.
I agree.
It's unnecessary beef inside the community, barbershop talk, and forgetting that Pop Warner, I don't care how nice the uniforms are, I don't care how high the fees are to play, they're still children. And your job as a Pop Warner coach is to teach the game, the love for the game. Not one of those kids will leave that Pop Warner on Saturday and play in the NFL on Sunday. So it was a senseless act. That's all it was. That's all it was. Somebody's dead, like you said. Somebody doesn't have a father, or brother, or uncle, or cousin, all because they're living vicariously through those kids. And we see it. That was just the camera on that. But we see that at Freedom Florence. That's at Freedom Florence.
There you go.
Right now, today.
There you go.
And it's sad and it's sickening because as a parent, when you giving when I gave my kids to the coach, I want them to teach them the love for the game, to teach them how to play, how to respect the game.
That's what it should be
I don't
about.
care about them who's going to win the game or be the MVP. I don't care about that. I want them to know how to play the fundamentals of football or baseball or basketball. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it. Tori?
Hey, well, me, I'm going to piggyback off of Dory. It's definitely parents living vicarious through their children, but I'm also tell you what else it is.
Go.
They see their children as a meal ticket.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I've coached for years.
Real, y'all give me some good real talk right
Listen,
now. Both of them. I
I've
like
coached.
that.
I've coached for years. I came from Jersey down here and started coaching. I coached Pop Warner in Jersey. I coached Pop Warner and City League here, and I coached down here for 3 years. And I see it. I mean, my first year, I had a parent that was just like off the wall, like about his son.
And you could tell probably from
yeah, he was just, and I could tell like he might have played football. And what made it even worse, he was a relative of an NFL player.
Okay, so now he know the game.
Now the ego.
Now
Yes.
he know.
Yes.
He's that close to the game.
So he felt that his son was capable of doing 5 of the positions that maybe only capable of only doing 2. So now you trying to tell me, hey, my son used to play this position back then, but did he ever grow into that? Did he ever get taught that?
Right.
Did he ever, did he develop the skills to play that position?
Right.
So just like Dory said, the coach is supposed to teach the fundamentals, teach them how to have fun, and also life lessons.
Yep.
About the game. It doesn't matter what it is, football, basketball, baseball, life lessons. I always wore positive T-shirts to let them know like this is more than just the game,
Right.
And and it's sad that that's what as parents we sometimes we do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They lose themselves. I
yeah.
think you
Them
lose
parents
yourself.
You lose it.
They are.
Yeah.
You lose it.
I seen them
Straight
give
hell.
the referees.
Yes.
They not even coaching, but because a referee didn't give them a call
Man.
that they thought they should have gotten or something they didn't see or whatever the case may be.
I
Now
got
they
one thing to say though. I'm gonna tell you how you nip all that in the bud.
Good.
Hey, you want to be an assistant coach?
That one question gives them.
Get it all the time because now they don't know
Nah,
nothing.
you got it, player.
Yeah.
I've seen coaches quit because of the parents. So.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
somebody who's out, like we said, they're not getting paid for this.
Nope.
They're not getting paid for this. So they're volunteering their
Yep.
time.
Yep.
And that's the hardest thing to get anybody to do.
Definitely.
Volunteer. You get money before you get time.
Time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And that's what I always tell the. That's what I always tell the parents. Like when I was coaching down here, I was like, I don't have no dog in this fight because I don't have no sons. I had all daughters.
Okay.
So for me to coach the game was because I loved the game.
Right.
I
There you
wanted
go.
people to learn. Because there's always new rules of how to tackle all
Right,
that stuff.
right.
So I wanted to teach that so that these individuals they decide to continue playing this game that they don't hurt themselves.
Yes.
That we you know what I'm
It's
saying?
a selfless act.
Yeah,
Yes.
It really
yeah,
is.
you know what I mean. So
And you got to think about the kids that probably don't have a father figure. That might be the only,
yes.
And
you
that's
know,
what-
quality time they may
That's good.
get.
That's
Yes,
good.
That's great.
good.
That's one. That was our very first.
That's good.
Podcast about
Yes.
fathers.
Yeah.
You know, the Uncle Phils.
Yep.
The coaches,
Yeah.
the teachers,
Yep.
the
Yeah.
pastors. Those guys who are volunteering and being there because there's so many of us being black men that aren't there for
Yes.
whatever reason.
Yeah.
Can't be or won't be. You know.
And I guarantee a good many of those little boys' lives change.
Yeah.
Oh,
Within that.
Of course.
Because that happened.
Just that one shift.
I saw some of it, and that happened on the field.
On the field.
Yes.
So on that field where they played at, this is where they played and they were practicing and probably going to have games. For a child, that's
Trauma.
That
and
that
that's for-
event
that's-
happened.
and
Yeah.
that's for the rest of their life.
Exactly. That event sent all those kids in different directions. That one event. You gonna have
Right.
they
Yeah.
spiraling.
Right.
That one event.
Right.
Because as other parents, am I gonna let my kid continue to play out
Right.
there?
Yeah.
Or
Right.
this season is over or what?
It's a wash.
It's a wash. Over with.
And you can't replace something with nothing. So now there's another group of kids who are turned away from that, not
Yes.
going to be involved in that.
Yep.
And as bad as we want the parents to be involved, some of y'all need to chill. A lot of y'all need to chill.
Hey, listen, I'm
A
telling you,
lot of
it's
them.
it's the meal ticket. I'm telling you, it's the meal ticket syndrome
But some of
because
that is, I mean, I've seen it whereas like women too, not just the
Oh,
men.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh my
yes,
God,
both
women
sexes.
are the
Yeah.
worst
Yes.
hecklers.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh my
Yes.
God.
Yeah.
And you sitting there heckling the coach.
yes,
Yeah, because they'll start ragging on something that ain't got nothing to do with the
Nothing to
game.
do with
Nothing at all.
yeah.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing at all.
I told you that's
Absolutely
that's a
nothing.
meal ticket.
Boy,
You think
that
you look-
comment could have went either way.
Yeah. But you gotta look at it though. Listen, you got a single mother raising a son, and they think their son has potential of bringing in an income that's substantial than what they actually have ever had. You think they're not gonna go hard for their son?
Yeah.
Go hard.
All of
Yeah.
a sudden, everything is all the eggs are in that basket.
In that
Yes.
basket.
In that basket.
Yes.
Crazy.
And I think sometimes that when you get imbalanced, and that pride kicks in,
Yeah.
and that pride thing kicks in. I think a lot of the times us within our culture we have pride in like the wrong stuff too much of the time. It's okay to like something, you know what I mean, but it's almost like junk food. It's like that male ego sometimes, because I mean, if the kids are playing the game on the field, for you to shoot, I don't know if the other gentleman was the assistant coach, the coach, or referee or whatever, for you to take your anger out from a game onto that, it's hard for me, and I can't wait to see when more facts come out about the situation. As sad as it is, because that's just ridiculous. I can't
Yeah.
see how we get there. I don't see how
Can't
that.
understand it.
And you out there? Why we
you
got a gun?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why we got a gun?
You
What's the
ain't
gun
guarding the
for?
door.
Yeah.
So what you got a gun for?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just so
Yeah, that
tragic.
was very unfortunate. And
Yeah. Prayers and condolences to those who involved in situations like that. But
Yes.
for going forward, this gonna be a long and hopefully we hope a great season. Pop Warner, NFL, all high school,
School,
JV,
college,
yeah,
yeah,
all
all
of
that
that
stuff, yeah.
Let's check ourselves. I know we still kind of getting back outside. But come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Keep a bigger. There's a bigger picture at hand.
Yeah.
Because even though he did commit that crime, now time, money gonna be taken away from whatever he was involved with to defend himself. You know.
Yes.
On that note.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
That's just.
Ain't no winners. Ain't no winners on this. You know. Ain't no winners.
Why we got a gun? Good.
At a kid event.
All right, well, moving on. You know,
At a kid.
I know, right?
I'm telling you, what we gonna need? Anyway,
It's sad. Yeah.
It is sad. And one thing that's sad to me is how a lot of citizens, you know, productive citizens, had a problem with President Joe Biden providing some financial loan or student loan relief to some folks who owe some money.
Hey, drop a bomb for that because he definitely helping the brother out
You
over
know
here.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Go Biden.
I'm rooting for him to call my name, man. I'm just rooting. I'm sitting here, man. Come on, come help me out.
Yo, what?
Come on to see about me.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
Help me understand why are people so mad.
Okay. According to the reports that I've seen,
He said he was going to do this, right?
But yeah, he said he's going to do this. But I think most people are upset, the ones that already paid back their student loans or either are in the process of paying their student loans, paid majority of it. And then here comes this relief that, you know, hey, what do we get since we paid it back? Now we got people that didn't, they defaulted on their loans and now they're getting it taken away. Mm-hmm. Only 20. Was it up to 20,000?
20,000.
20,000. So it's still a significant amount compared to some people that already paid back 20,000. So that's where the people in the stands are yelling from. Saying,
sounds like hate. Sounds like I can see Chappelle's show now. Hate.
Always
hate.
It's always hate.
Yeah.
It's always
absolutely.
hate.
Yeah.
And another thing is like I think it targets help for black people.
Yeah, a lot of black people got some
Black and
help.
brown.
Pell
Yes.
grants and stuff like
Black
that.
and brown people
I
got
think
some.
that has something to do with it as well, but you know, that can be proven.
Hate on haters, right?
Yeah.
Hate on hate on hate.
And haters gonna hate.
But you got most of these people got all these millions of dollars for giving,
From the
but
people.
you know they ain't none of your business.
Yeah.
PPP.
So how you why you can't forgive $10,000, $20,000, and you got $1.8 million
Come
for
on,
giving?
Come on,
Come
with
on
it,
now.
sister.
Come on.
Talk to him.
But they did state though that I think the IRS is going to provide some type of relief to the people that already paid back student loans. They be able to file in their taxes this upcoming tax year. I did read some. I didn't go in depth because it's not my time for that to go in depth because I try to do one business at a time. But I think that's what's going to happen for some people that already started paying their student loans. So we'll see, man. But just like you said, you know, millions got.
I'm of the ilk of if someone who probably needs help
Yes.
Yeah.
gets help,
Yeah.
I can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
I don't understand you. I don't understand being mad at that. There's a problem there. There's a core value problem right there.
And that goes deeper than student loans. We know that. We've been doing podcasts for a long time.
Bet you most of the folks who probably are upset about it never had to pay rent or mortgage. They probably didn't. You know what I'm saying? And they don't understand what kind of head start that gives you.
Right.
When you don't have to pay those two things monthly. You know, maybe before you move out your folks' house, you're paying it. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as you get out, that's a bill.
Whole bill.
You know,
Whole bill.
the biggest bill. You know, so hate on haters. Hate
Yeah,
on.
well, I'm happy. They
Me
can
too.
hate.
Yeah, I'm happy for
Hate
them.
from outside the club.
Hey,
That's on you.
my thing is this though. Like, okay, so, but if you look at it in several different aspects, like they hate crime, right? People hate crime, but most people do crime because of their situation. Like they don't have the money to poverty or something. So if this is something to help people get out of poverty and help them, you know, grow financially. This might slow up some of the crimes, so you have to worry about it. So what do you want? You want either or, you know what I mean? So like help them people out so they don't have to come banging down and doing my doors,
They
robbing
want
me or
that
stuff.
gap to stay as wide as it is.
You're exactly right.
there.
That's
You're exactly
what
right.
they want.
You're exactly right.
That's like-
They don't want us living next door.
They catching up.
Rich are
like,
supposed to stay rich.
Yeah.
well, they ain't getting.
Poor is supposed to stay poor.
Yeah, Yeah, that's the part. Because the
true.
rich staying rich.
They staying rich.
Just because the poor ain't as poor, the rich get mad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely that's gonna happen. I mean, they want. They're just like, you know, they want to be business owners. They want us to always take consumers. They
Right.
don't want us to be business owners.
Correct. That's true.
And still get breaks.
For sure. For sure.
Over and over
I don't get it.
and over and over again. But still we rise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on a positive note, with that
Automatically.
being said, you know, that's that black excellence.
Yes,
Oh
of
yeah.
course.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so, this past week, the GOAT celebrated what would have been another birthday, Michael Jackson. Shouts out to Michael. So I had to get that in the podcast. First time. If I'm going to be on the podcast.
Forgotten. Never be forgotten.
Oh, my goodness. Favorite Michael Jackson.
Human Nature.
Yeah, good
I love that song.
Dory, favorite Michael
Do
Jackson.
you remember? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Let's remember.
Those some good songs.
Yeah.
Still ain't nothing like PYT.
It's a lot, though. It's a lot.
That's on my play deck too in the car too.
It's a lot. That's all
nothing
I
Where
knew
did you come
on
from, babe?
family
Yeah.
trips. That's it.
Yep.
Michael Jackson. We listening to Michael Jackson
Oh yeah.
all
Oh,
the
yeah.
way through.
Oh, yeah.
I was that
Hey.
little boy who mama used to make me come out and do some Michael Jackson
Oh,
stuff.
I can see that. I can see I can see that.
Oh man.
I can
Come
see that.
on.
I'm gonna drop something to yeah, this is funny. So you know, at the table y'all know me as Tori, but my total full name is Toriano. Do you know where this name came from?
Toriano. Have no.
Michael Jackson video.
No. My mother had a crush on Tito Jackson. She didn't want to name me Tito. His real name is Toriano.
Come on, man.
You lied to me.
No, I'm
You
not.
named
Look it
after
up.
Tito?
I'm named after
His real
Tito
name is
Jackson.
Toriano?
Toriano.
Jackson.
Tito
We dropping.
Jackson.
Dropping.
You can look at any old album or
Tito.
Google it. His name is Toriano. You'll see my
Toriano.
exact spell. What's the name just like that.
You named after
She was
Jackson,
a
son.
crush on Tito Jackson. She was like, Tito was too ugly, so she said. She found out his real name was Toriano, named Toriano. And it was so funny, my last name supposed to have been Jackson if I'd have got my father's last name.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Oh man.
That's crazy.
And because people always ask me where I got my name from, and I was like, I don't even want to tell a story.
Now you just told the world.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you named after Tito. Come on.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
I didn't know that was Tito. I thought
Yeah.
it was
No,
Tito.
a lot of people don't know
That's what I
that.
thought
That's
his name
that's what
was.
everybody think. And like I said, and then my mom's like, as I got older, she explained to me how she got my name, and then she showed me on the back of the album cover, like when it was the Jackson 5s, and it had his name, had Toriano, and had Tito in parentheses. Then as I got older, I Googled it, and there's not a lot of Torianos in the world. If you Google the name Toriano, you'll see it's like. What's so crazy? The funniest story about it is that one time I always put my whole name on social media. So I put it on Facebook, and then all of a sudden I got a friend request, and it was a guy named Toriano, but he was like living in Texas.
Word.
They had a whole group of people that was named Toriano in this
A
group,
Facebook group.
a Facebook group. It was females
Wow,
and
look it
guys,
up.
and I swear to God, there was probably no more than 40 people
Toriano.
named Toriano. And I was like, wow.
Probably
It was a
was-
female from California. It was a guy that lived somewhere in the South. Another guy lived in Cleveland. Another guy lived in Texas. It was another young lady. Her name was Toriano. And I was like,
Y'all probably all around the same age, too.
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Probably,
Might
yep,
be like,
probably.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
could have
right,
been one
right.
of them old sports cars in the 80s movie. A
That's what it
Toriano.
is.
Yeah.
Or Toriano GT. something like that.
But yep, that's what my name deprived from.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So for you to bring up Michael Jackson, so that's why I had to drop that. I had to drop that jewel. So
Drop it.
Michael Jackson nephew.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Hate all these. That's royalty right there.
yeah.
Whoa,
If I had that last name Jackson, boy, it definitely would have been a problem then. Oh man.
You ain't never sing or nothing.
Oh
like that.
no. That's one thing I don't do. I love music, but I don't never sing that. I don't do that one.
Gotcha. That's great. Shout out to them.
Yeah, definitely.
So, did y'all hear what the Fulton County DA had to say over
Ooh.
the past couple of weeks? So,
Oh yes.
the Fulton County DA with
Yes.
these hip hop artists.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
these
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
What
yeah.
she said to them.
Yeah.
Yes.
What she said to them.
Yes.
Was you feeling it?
You talking as
What she
far as
said.
rap lyrics?
No.
No.
Her quote.
Her quote.
Okay.
Don't confess to crimes on rap lyrics if you do not want them used, or at least get out of my county. And she's coming for them using their hip hop lyrics.
I don't agree with that.
For crimes that have been committed, where she's saying they're admitting to doing these.
I don't
crimes.
agree with that.
I know there's a lot of people who do not believe it. That's why we gonna chat it up
I
right
don't
there
agree
real quick.
with
Like,
that.
just because, so is it because hip hop is quote unquote an art, and you think they're just making it up? Because if what they're saying is true, and they're confessing to a crime,
I just think it's something that you can't really prove. Like you say, some of them making it up. Some of them might have lived that life and, been about that life. But are you going to do that to every single thing?
no, I don't know.
It's just targeting rap.
Yes, because I don't know any other music genre where they're confessing to committing.
Okay.
Or are you
crime.
just trying to get us?
So here it goes. Here it is. Here's my 2 cents. As the DA, right? The DA, Fulton County.
Fulton County, yeah.
She has a, what's the word I want to use? She has a obligation.
That's her job.
To investigate it. That's her job.
Okay.
Now, if you want to put it out, that's your platform as a rapper. You're using your platform to tell the world that you're the man. If you want to use that, she has a right to go and investigate that, to find out the validity of what you're saying. May be true, may not be true. But you use the platform to put it out there. So be careful what you put out. Jay-Z just put out,
Oh yeah,
my man Khaled just put out God Did.
God Did.
He talked about how he sold crack and he don't do it anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you want to put that out and somebody want to go and he put that out.
Yeah.
I mean, so be careful. Now the Fulton County rappers are not Jay-Z,
Right.
but be careful what you put out in the air.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
still-
saying.
Yeah.
So I got
Yeah,
I
let's
got
hear
two
from
takes.
Tori.
I got
Yeah.
two takes on
Yeah.
this.
Let's hear
Okay,
it. Let's
my
hear it.
thing is, I think majority of us at the table is from a different generation than the
Right.
generation that's out now.
Right.
So we knew that when rappers spoke, more than likely either made it up or they wasn't actually doing it at that
At the time.
That's not true, because when I first heard NWA, I thought everything they were saying was real.
Hell, and they was doing that at the time.
I did.
And they was doing that.
It was right.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. All right.
yeah. Like I said, I'm just saying not all, but most.
Right.
This era is actually doing it and then putting it right in the song right after.
Yeah.
That's what
Some
that's
of them.
some of them.
Allegedly
Some of them. Then if you take it to Miranda rights, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can't be used in the court of law.
But you got to be read those rights first,
And
right?
in some cases, but you're putting this out here saying I did this, and that. So that gives the DA the right to, like I said, like Dory said, get it investigated. Not necessarily that you're targeting, but if you hear this and you know this is going on in your county where people are getting home invaded, the cars are getting stolen, and and you hear the local rapper rapping about the same
Yeah, you
crimes
got-
that you're trying to find the culprit that did it. Now you have to investigate. That's just like having the hotline when people call in. They got to investigate every time somebody call and say, "Hey, I think I know where this person is at." It might not be the right person. It might not be a good lead, but they'll still have to investigate it. So the same thing with the rap song. I believe that.
So when they hit them bars and then he might be saying, "Oh, he said this and this is what happened. This could be the victim."
Yeah.
They're affiliated.
I can
Now-
see at that point.
She's not credible if she doesn't investigate it. She won't be the
I
DA.
can see it as a part as corroboration.
Yeah.
You seen it as that. Okay, well, he's being charged or indicted for this, but that's the same thing he got in his song. So yeah, I could see that. But I thought y'all was talking like a blanket statement, whereas
No.
rappers
no.
should be you.
No.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
no.
Okay. Well, get me together.
but listen,
That's why we talking
listen,
together.
it-
This real
Talk it out.
There could be some blur lines with that. Now it could be something illegal with them the way they're doing that. You know what I mean? But we'll never know unless we really dive
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah.
But other than that, like
Yeah.
it's kind of sketchy. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
if you think about it, if you look at the other thing, you have freedom of speech. It's your art form.
Right.
You're doing this because this is what sells. And I mean, that's what something a lawyer probably could fight. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he's saying this
They
because
will
it
use
sells.
that.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
They will use
or
that.
he knows somebody that did that and he just took it and put it in his rhyme. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like as a prime example, like I don't know if y'all watch Kanan. You watch Kanan?
I ain't started the new season yet.
So you saw the I guess he's Italian Spanish guy that he hang with that Kane hang with.
Yeah,
remember
Famous.
that famous? Yeah, famous. Remember Kanan shot somebody, right? And then Famous went and put it in the song, and he wasn't the one that did it.
Right.
Oh,
You see?
Right,
So
right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
So it could be on that level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
But then what they do, how they do that is they indict
You
the
indict
dude who
him.
wasn't there,
Yeah.
and then they say you.
Yeah.
Well, if you wasn't there, who was? Or
Yeah.
who you talking
Yeah.
about?
yeah.
Now, and then that becomes snitching, ain't it?
That's snitching.
Singing like a
That's
bird.
snitching. That's snitching.
Singing.
That's
That's
snitching.
snitch. Because some of these dudes, that's what they gonna do.
Yeah,
you
they
know,
gonna snitch.
I mean, and nobody will blame them. But I was talking to somebody younger earlier this week, and we got into a debate over what the definition of what examples of snitching was. And in my definition, to try and get rid of the gray, I just said snitching to me involves a bond that's being broken or trust that's being violated.
Yeah.
In a broad sense. Because if I don't know you, there's no bond, and you're doing or performing a crime, and I tell on you, that's what I did.
That's telling. That's not snitching.
I informed, I told, what I saw.
We did nothing together.
Right.
Right.
Snitching to me is us or me knowing about what's going on, illegal, criminal activity, me getting hemmed up, and then saying, well, I wasn't by myself.
Yeah.
To me, that's snitching. So are y'all in agreement with me that there has to be to, like I said, get rid of the gray? There's a bond that has to be broken. Or
I'm in agreement with you, but the streets will say
talk to me.
the streets. The
'Cause I ain't
streets
out
will
there no more.
the streets will say, if it ain't none of your business, keep your mouth shut.
Okay.
If you that's what the streets will say. Even if you saw it.
It's snitching. Snitching is snitching. And I think we look at the demonization of the word so bad that we want to define those lines, but tattling is tattling regardless. Now, that's not, I don't demonize the word because for certain reasons, I feel like it's okay. But it's just snitching. I don't have a problem with that word.
Okay.
You feel
I think
like
you
what's
have
okay?
an issue with that word. It's like snitching is not a good word. Informing maybe.
Yeah. I just don't
But-
like it. It is like you said. Remember, we had the word submit.
Yeah.
And that's it's an issue with that. It's the same thing with me with snitch, because if I see you, doing something wrong, I saw you broke in the house, and they asking me. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't breaking the house with you or nothing like that. And you know what you're doing has consequences.
Snitching, okay, Dory. I'm
No, go ahead, because your thing was going to say this. Go ahead. You go ahead.
Snitching is it's a blur line between, for me, I don't know for everybody, for me, because my thing is, I kind of agree with you saying, Corey, like, if you see somebody say something, stop it. Because especially if you look, all right, so.
Silence is compliance.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my thing is, like, if you live in an area where you know that crime doesn't really happen and you see something, say something, right? So you're going to say, hey, I saw a car over here that usually don't be over here. But now if you live in an area where there's always heavily populated crime and you don't want no blowback from it, you might not say nothing. So then in that case, you're living by the codes of where you live at.
Right.
Okay.
You understand? So like I said, if you live in the suburbs, there's no code. But if you live in the hood, there is a code. So that's why that snitching is demonized as.
That's why I say the streets will say, because if you're in that environment where snitching is not the thing to do, then you look the other way. No, it ain't none of my business.
Yeah, it ain't my business. Yeah. But like I said, the true definition of snitching for me is if you're doing a legal activity with somebody and you help performing that legal activity, you don't tell on who you was with.
No.
You don't tell on who you with. You don't say, if you get caught, it ain't, hey, we got caught. It's I got caught, and you take that lick. I don't care if you went out there and you murdered somebody and they shooting you 20. Hey, you knew the consequences. You know what I mean? And you got to eat that 20. The same thing if you selling drugs. If you out there hustling and it's you and your man's on the block and y'all run and you trip up and fall and you get caught, you eat that. You don't say, hey, they ask you like, I don't know. I mean, because even prime example, this is a great topic because I was watching the Murder Inc. documentary. If Irv.
Oh, Irv. Oh, wow.
And they were saying, yo, so they asked them, they said, you know, they was facing 20. And they was telling them that they wanted them to tell on Supreme McGriff because they were saying that he was drug laundering through Murder Inc.
Okay.
And they gave him the chances to tell, and they was gonna not charge them or whatever.
So that was true.
Yeah, that's what he stated. We don't know because we just going off of what Irv said and his brother said, Lorenzo said. So he said that. Should I tell my mans or not? So he said they didn't tell. They took the chances of going to court and see if they're gonna get the 20 or not. They didn't tell because they knew for a fact he was saying, is that's going to say, if I say something, is that going to say that he was money laundering, we was money laundering, and he was supplying drugs to our, you know. So he was like, no, I'm not gonna plead.
Yeah, you can't admit
to that. So he says he's just been a friend to the, you know, to the team. So I mean, I like I said, I just think it depends on how you feel and what's your relationship.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's what's your relationship like. Anybody here, I'm not gonna snitch on y'all. If y'all did something, I'm like, oh, okay.
Because it hurts.
Yeah,
because there's a bond.
Yeah,
because there's a bond.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna say, hey, I'm like, yo, Dory, I got you. I mean,
right.
I need to do this much, but I got you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Only do this.
Right. What's understood don't have to be said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah. But that's good though, because I was wondering, was I the only one? And I mean, we were going, and I not that I was trying to force my opinion on him or anyone for that matter, but I was just giving to him. I was like coming from a different, and he was. I can learn from him too.
Yeah.
Because like you said, what's going on out here, bruh, and where I'm at, they ain't none of your men.
Yeah.
And also to elaborate on a conversation before we went live, Jamel was saying like it's the truth. Like you got this day and age of youth that get into a game, and they don't have no bond, no morals, no nothing. It's just like they just get into it and think, hey, if I get caught, I'm telling on everybody. Yeah. Whereas back in the day, when you did something, either did it by my lonesome, or you did it with somebody. If you did it with somebody, like I say, you took that lick, and if you know that, and then if you took that lick and they don't, you know, help you out like Jay-Z did Emery, you know, like for his boy or whatever. Like if they don't help you out, they ain't put in the commissary, they ain't come to check on you, nothing like that, whatever like that. When you get out, that's when you handle it. You know, it doesn't matter how many years later, you handle that. You like, hey, bro, I took this lick for y'all and y'all doing this. With the whole Jay-Z and Emery, Jay-Z became a billionaire. What's the first thing he did when Emery came home? Hey, I'm put you up, I got you, you got this bag, I'm gonna help you get this. Now he on his own. And even Jay said it in his rhymes. He said, "Hey, he said the men said they're gonna give him 12. He took it. He's like, give him 12. I'm gonna take it. I eat. I eat the 12. That's loyalty.
Yes, loyalty. Sir. Look, whoa. Say it again, Kennedy.
You can't take 12.
Oh hell no! Not designed for that.
Hey,
no.
Even though
Jay, you got to go away. Come on, you gonna have all these songs when you get back, though.
I got you.
Hey, but even knowing that you can come back and you're gonna be a millionaire after you get out, you're 12. You'll
never work again. You'll never work again.
12 years.
Yeah.
Am I promised those 12 years?
Oh yeah, inside.
Am I promised that?
Yay.
Educate me.
You know what I'm saying? Like. Tomorrow is not promised.
I get
right.
you.
Who trying to go out in there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got to fight every day for my virginity.
For 12 years. For 12 years.
No, ain't no.
If you make it though.
If you make it, you'll be a millionaire. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna make it.
Her body language was.
Yeah, she's like, no. She was saying no the whole time. No,
she was like,
but listen though. I'm playing devil advocate though. Jay got the lawyer, so now he can get you moved where you're private. Like you're in a cell by yourself. You live in plush, and you just got to do the 12.
Let me tell you something. I learned a long time ago. You can do just about anything in jail, but leave.
Ooh, that's heavy. You can do anything, but leave.
But leave. And that's probably the first thing I'm gonna try to do. I don't care about that other stuff. I want to go home.
If I had an earthquake, button over here, I would have hit the earthquake down.
Are we serious?
Like that
I
too.
get it though. I'm not built like that. I'm not built like that. Like I can't do your bid. I can't do your bid for you.
There you go.
So that's why I'm mindful of the surroundings that I keep. That's why, because I'm not built that way. So we can't go rob no bank, no store, no steal no car, because I can't do the bid.
Exactly. Don't ask me.
Yeah, I can't do the bid.
Don't ask
So
me.
before I put myself in a position to be a snitch or don't be a snitch, don't put myself in that situation.
Exactly.
That part right there. That's Vonnie
I ain't
raising
gonna do
Corey
that.
right there.
Yeah.
That's what I was taught.
I ain't gonna do that.
Because the consequences is gonna come before you do that.
Yeah.
I mean, right
Yeah.
after you do that action, but
Yeah.
before the consequences, there's an action. Now you had a decision
Yep.
to partake
Yep.
or in that action. That was on you. It's not. You can't determine the consequences. You can only determine the action.
And that's why you see a whole rash of these young people killing each other, shooting each other, because there's no code of ethics. So one of the two, or one of the group members, wasn't built that way, but shit got real.
Yes.
Fast.
Really fast. So now I'm in a situation. And now you a snitch. And then, because listen, you can't do this stuff, right? You can't do this big time grown people stuff.
Tell them do
and
it.
then go to jail and then come back home a couple of days. No, you come back home a couple of days. You know what you said. Somebody said something.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what? That all plays into ego too, because now if you don't do it with them, you're a punk.
Yeah.
So now your ego hurt.
Yeah.
I ain't no punk. I ain't
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So then if you do it, then you get it, and you're in that cell by yourself, you're crying.
Yeah.
So what do you have? Where the pride? Which way is that pride gonna sway? You know that's the determining factor. right there.
Hey. You gotta remember. There's one thing you gotta also remember though. They keep getting younger and younger going in, right?
Yep.
But them cops keep getting older and wiser. So they always got many tricks. They seen this 1,000 times.
1,000 times.
They'll double talk you real quick.
They'll get you.
They get you. Yeah, huh?
I said, come on.
They gonna get you. Yeah, they gonna get you.
all different angles.
Yeah.
They'll send that sweet cop in there.
Yeah.
They're gonna be act like they're your friend.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna feel comfortable. They're gonna find an angle.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna get that one that's gonna try to scare you up.
Yeah.
They're gonna something like that. And we see it all the time on
Most
First
of them
48.
ain't even built for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ain't much they got to do. They ain't gonna apply that much pressure.
Yeah, you're right.
No, not at all.
My wife would tell you, I was, peddling, but as soon as it came close to me being potentially about to do something like that,
Yeah.
oh no,
Always back out.
oh no,
Yeah.
Listen.
I wanna go.
Okay? At the end of the day, I'm trying to go home. That's
Listen.
it.
I'm a product of doing things by my lonesome, and like I said, when I got the consequences, I knew already what was going to happen. You know what I mean? I've done jail time for the crimes I did, but it was like, hey, I put myself here. I had to snitch on nobody. I had to bring nobody else in because this is what I did.
Yeah.
I'm by myself.
Props to
Like
you.
you know what I mean? So it's like. Even all my friends I grew up with, they always knew. Like, I mean, I was missing events. One time I was in a wedding. I was supposed to be in the wedding, got locked up because of something I did. You know what I mean? So it was just like, and that what sat with me when I sat by myself and just knew, like, okay, you know what? You're missing these times because your actions will put you here.
Yeah.
It wasn't nobody else's actions. I had to, I had to take no blame
Yeah.
for nobody else's stuff. It was me that put myself here. So that's why I said, I don't know who said it around. They said, do your dirt by your lonesome. Like, do it by your lonesome.
Oh, that was
like,
naughty
feel
by
nobody
nature.
can't
by
say
nature,
it.
right? I think say,
Do my dirt by my
lonesome. Yeah, like you know what I mean. Like you don't. Like you said, just like everyone said here, like you don't put yourself in a predicament when you don't know what's something going on. This is like somebody say, hey, take me to the store real quick, and then they go in there and rob the store.
Yeah. Yeah.
So hey, so what
How
you
many
supposed to
times?
do
How
in
many
that
times I
situation?
did that?
What you gonna do in that
Do
situation?
what I do. I ain't going that way.
Come on, man.
I ain't even going that way, man. Tell me how much it's Nah, I'm going that way.
But it's a bond because you
Yeah,
just took
yeah.
your friend to the store now.
Hey.
But you don't know what he going in there to do.
Right.
No.
But if he my friend,
He not gonna do that.
if we
We not going to even play that card right there.
He not gonna do it.
We about to play
That's what he
that
about
card.
to say. That's what he about to say.
That's what I was
That's
gonna
what he
say.
about to say.
if he my friend,
He ain't gonna do it.
he ain't gonna do that.
He ain't gonna do
Okay.
that.
He ain't gonna do that to me.
So a bond shouldn't even come into play when we're talking about snitching.
But until, like you said, 12 years.
Yeah. Until somebody say that.
10 or 12
But
years.
what if?
You looking at
What
12
Let's
years.
get drunk now. If,
I might-
if it's a
if-
fear, let's come on.
If if. All right, that's a big if.
That's how they do.
If he runs out of the store and I didn't realize that he's robbed the store.
That car don't move.
And I'm in the driver's seat.
Yes.
I'm getting my keys.
I get out, get my keys.
I'm getting my keys and I'm leaving him. And I'll say, you crazy, you messed me up. But I ain't going out like that. That's you.
Yeah. I take my keys.
We ain't
that car don't
riding
move.
that.
Yeah, but the crime is already done.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I ain't
see,
gonna,
You're still gonna be accessory after the fact.
I'll let
Not-
that.
but
I'll let that run its course because what I didn't know and what I can only tell. It's easy.
Y'all go hard.
It's easy to remember the truth.
I sit there until the police come.
It's easy. Exactly. I got my keys, so he ain't gonna steal my car. He ain't gonna, like I said, I cut my ignition off and I'm running away from him. Like, you crazy?
Yeah.
Nah, bruh. I don't want nothing to do with that. Nah, man.
Okay.
And if
Yeah,
they say I'm an
that's
accomplice,
tough.
guess what I didn't do? I ain't go in the store.
Nope.
Yep.
I ain't.
You ain't got no video of me in the store.
He asked me for a ride here.
Yep.
I know him from da 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 da. So I said, okay.
Yeah.
He came out like he robbed the store, talking about let's go. And that's when you saw me running the other way. I'm on people.
Okay, so you gonna tell him he robbed the store, or it's just gonna be like, well,
if
if
he-
he went in the store, I don't know what he went to do.
Right. If he gets, he probably gonna get caught.
When the police come, it
He
gets
ain't got
real.
no ride.
The police show up, it gets real. You better have something to tell the police.
probably gonna get caught.
He robbed the store. He probably robbed the store.
Cause see what you know what I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say is it looked like it looked like he robbed the store. Cause I don't know.
Wordplay, huh?
I wasn't it. Hey man.
It looked like.
Hey man. What I told you, Dory. One or two words.
Yeah, yeah.
One or two words.
It looked like, yeah.
You looking at 12, but if you know something, I can reduce it to nothing. He robbed.
Not going down with you.
Robbed the store. I'm like, yeah, that was him. 5'8". I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go home to my babies tonight.
That's it. I want to go home.
Yep.
I want to go home.
Oh man, that's
But we're
a tough
laughing.
situation. Yeah.
It's a joke, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
the kids nowadays have no code of ethics. They've never been taught that. So they've never been taught the system, and I'm talking about a system that I've never been in. But I know there's a system, but they've never been taught that because you can see all this running around, shooting and killing and snitching, and you can see that now. You never heard that's never been done before.
Yeah, like I said, because I mean that's that same situation though, man. Say you have been in the system, right?
Right.
And then you're trying to get yourself straight, and then that does happen to
Yeah,
you.
right.
Now they're gonna think because of your past
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
that you was part of it.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's when it ain't true. That wasn't your friend.
Yep.
No.
They knew what you was gonna do, and you
Yep.
ain't gonna put me in this situation
Yep.
like this.
But that's what you said. That's what you alluded to. If that's my friend,
Friend.
and I'm taking my friend to the store, my friend is not going to do that.
Yeah.
Because my friend know how I operate.
Yeah.
He's
When
not going to do that.
And I ain't gonna lie, I'm from Marion, so when I first got my license, my mama told me, I know what's going on out there. I just want to tell you, if you give one of them a ride somewhere and they're riding dirty, she didn't use that, she said, but if they have something on them and you get pulled over, not knowing where they came from or what they were doing, you are now gonna be with them.
And you know what?
And you look like one of them too. So don't think because they ain't gonna take into consideration how you doing in school and none of that. Right? All that is you black.
Yeah, right.
You're a black boy. So you and him together.
Yep.
And that's how I was. That was drilled. Like so, I did sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I say, I ain't going that way.
Yeah, I ain't going that way.
I ain't going that way,
I ain't
man.
going that way.
Yeah, and that's crazy because I got taught something like that too, but from my grandfather, and it was more so because I didn't have a vehicle. I did a lot of walking. More like I said, I'm from the north, where that's all we did was public transportation, walk. You might catch a ride with somebody, whatever like that. So my grandfather always told me, don't jump in the car with anybody and everybody, even if they're your friends or not. You don't know what they have possession of.
Yeah.
And what really brought it all to head one time. Never forget this day. I had got in a car with somebody that was a friend. He's a friend to me, but he was more friend to the family type situation. And he was a Jamaican guy. So he got in the car. He said, yo, where you going, man? And I said, okay, I'm going down the street. Whatever. Like he said, yo, I'll take you. It was hot outside. And somebody cut him off. Why did this man put his car in park, went in the back and pulled a machete and tapped on the glass? I'll effing kill you. I was sitting in the car. I didn't know what to do. Because I'm thinking, like, if he killed this guy, I'm an accessory. I'm an all witness, either one. So I'm like, from that day on, I was like, listen, if I walk somewhere, I got to walk.
Yeah.
I gotta
The
step
whole
out.
way.
The whole way, yeah. You know what I mean? So that's what the lesson I was taught. Same as yours, but like I said, you had your license. I didn't at the time. He just like, don't jump in the car with anybody.
Right.
You never know what that person is.
Oh my God.
Where they came from. They might be using you as an alibi. They might have just came from robbing the gas station and pick you up and say, oh, I just picked my friend up. And then they think you know what I mean? Anything. So that's why it's just like we have to teach our kids that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially if we got young kids or even just nieces and nephews, just teach them like be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, because there's some phone watching, head down, not even knowing what's going on around them.
Yeah.
You'd be like, look, dummy. I'd be like, you a zombie out here. You don't even know what's going on. Pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention. Pick your head up. You look around. You don't even know what's going on. Somebody gonna bust you upside your head and you wouldn't even be able to tell them nobody who did it. You ain't even paying attention. It's weird.
I mean, yeah, I bet you got to see this generation grew up with that in their face.
Yeah.
So that's all they pretty much
technology.
know.
Yeah.
In their face
Right there
all
at
the
their
time.
Right there at their fingertips.
I mean, because these babies, boy, they know how to swipe before they know how to
Okay,
talk.
that finger. They get that finger right there. And it's,
You can forget your code. They'll be like, let me hold it.
Yeah. No, the funniest part is that when they pick it up and they do something on your phone, you didn't even know it did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My daughter did
teach
that.
us
to my
Yeah,
wife.
yeah, what?
My daughter did that to my wife.
My son did something one time on the phone. I was like, I didn't even know this phone do all that. Where you was at? I tried to backtrack to see where he started from. I couldn't get there.
yeah,
Nice.
teach you some things now.
telling
They
you,
got
man.
it going on.
Yeah, we love our kids, boy.
Yeah.
They're the best part of every day, man. They're the best part of every day. We gotta, teach them well, let them lead the way.
That's tough, though.
Before we get up out of here, I wanted to bounce one more thing off of y'all, man. And it was, I don't know if y'all heard about this, but earlier this year, it was a basketball coach, female basketball coach. And now there's a school teacher. And she's curvy and she's attractive.
Okay.
And some folks have been, and it made headlines. And who's to say why? Because, we don't control the media outlets. Who's to say why? But at the end of the day, it became a headline because some folks were uncomfortable with how she was dressing or how she looked with the way she dressed. Now, I saw, and she's very professional. She's just pretty and curvaceous.
She's very curvaceous. She can't
So
hide that.
the teacher,
And the basketball coach, her outfits were stellar. They was fly.
Yeah.
She was flawless.
Fly. Yeah.
I mean,
You talking about, is it the basketball coach talking about Ivy? Her last name Ivy, IVE, and her son just went to the NBA.
I don't know, but she had on some.
She coached
like
Mississippi State or something somewhere
Yeah,
in the SEC or something like
I
that.
think that's what you're talking about.
But she just
What she had on?
she
She
just
just a suit, like just dressed. She just dressed.
Not all the time.
One
All
of
the
them she had on
time.
some leather pants, some
Yeah.
leather pink, some pink leather pants, and some
Yeah.
heels. But she was chilling.
Yeah.
She was chilling though.
Yeah, she's a good coach.
Nice
you know what I'm
blouse.
saying? It wasn't
Yeah.
inappropriate.
Clipboard in her hand.
It's
Yeah.
coaching.
My thing is, it's not inappropriate.
No.
So what's not inappropriate for their profession? This lady's a teacher, an educator, and like we don't have a shortage of those right now.
But that lady she was covered from head to toe.
But wait.
Like,
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to say about the teacher though. I think she was like an elementary school teacher. Kindergarten.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the kids ain't even worrying about that.
No,
So
it's the
that's my only
mamas.
comment.
It's the mamas.
That's my only comment though.
It's the
The
mamas.
kids ain't even focusing
But
on
I'm
that.
sure the daddy's not complaining.
Not at
I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't be.
It's the mama.
I was trying to find out what school and see if I could.
You know what I'm saying?
But you gotta think about it as far as, and I'm, even with me, like being a busty woman, I don't care what I put on it, they're still there.
It is what it is.
They there.
You can't hide them, so she cannot hide
No.
her shape.
No.
So
Get over it.
So
That's what
I always love playing devil advocate. Say if that teacher was a male teacher and he muscular shirt sticking to him, how would you feel about that? And he's the teacher. Would you feel any different
Let
because
me
it's a
answer
female?
first.
man?
As a dude,
I'm gonna let
as
the
a-
dudes
yeah,
and
as a
niggas,
dude-
I ain't gonna have
as a
an
dude,
issue.
I wouldn't care.
Oh yeah, no, dude. That's why I asked her. That's why I was asking
So-
her. Like,
so-
I wouldn't care.
wouldn't care.
Nah, the jealous
Yeah.
bone in my body is like, darn, he work out a lot. You know what I'm saying?
I just wanted to know.
The thing is, we wasn't even focusing on education. Is she a good teacher? I mean,
No,
so,
yeah,
well,
I know.
They were just worried about,
Because
Because
it-
dress code.
That's what's getting me. And, there's,
and
like
she
I
was
said,
dressed professional.
And there ain't no
Head
other.
to toe. Like she had a turtleneck on.
yeah.
and an ankle length skirt.
Come on now.
Yeah.
So I mean, would they have said something if she was going to church like that?
No.
Oh,
But some of them older kiddies.
Yeah. Let me change that quick. Yeah. At my old church, they would have. Yeah. Definitely would.
Yes.
Yeah. What's she doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
When it's just the fact that she's
Built like that.
He's built like that.
built like that.
I
that's
mean,
God's work.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord.
Or she worked herself into that.
Yeah.
They don't know where she came from. You know what I mean? She could have been a heavy set woman that that worked hard. Now she's
Yeah.
you know,
Or
you know what I mean?
even if she bought it.
Yeah.
She could have paid for it. It's her money.
Yeah.
Who cares?
She ain't showing no skin.
Especially if she teaching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my thing.
She teaching.
She teaching.
Yes.
You know, people gonna always have something to say about.
She could have paid for it and went the
You're
other
right.
way.
You're absolutely right.
But she teaching.
She
You're
teaching.
absolutely
Yeah.
Exactly, and like you said, it's a shortage of them.
Yeah.
So they better take what they can get.
But there's even officers like that. I've seen videos of officers being real curvaceous,
Yes.
and you see people in the mainly men in the comments. Oh, she could lock me up anytime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just a sexual thought through adults that think that's what the first mindset go to is the sexual thoughts. And just like you said, nobody checked to see what's her credentials like. You know, maybe she's a great teacher.
Yeah.
Maybe my child is
They
learning.
ain't care about that. They ain't care about that.
Yeah, it's just the first thing they saw reacted off it was, hey, she's looking kind of too sexy to be a teacher.
Just because you're grown in age doesn't make you immature.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you mature. Yeah, it doesn't make you mature.
The mamas. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
It's
the
the
bars,
mamas. And
Dory,
it's
repeat
the
that again.
mamas.
Hold on, let Dory repeat
Just
that again.
because you're grown in age doesn't make you mature.
Oh, of course.
That's
I
how.
have my days.
That's
Yeah, right.
I have my days.
Because we human.
yeah.
We human. And we real. That's why I give most and everybody the benefit of the doubt.
Always.
Because you don't
Always.
know
You gotta
don't know
do
their
that.
journey.
Yeah.
Respect
You
their
gotta-
journey.
you gotta-
You don't know what
But to
happened.
the mamas, I wish a mama could hear me. Listen,
They hear you.
You start at home.
Mm.
It ain't got nothing to do with the teaching.
Charity begins at home.
There you
It
go.
ain't got nothing to do with the teaching.
So many episodes.
What Mister doing?
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh.
What it
Oh
is.
man.
You don't trust Mister.
Hey,
Trust
hey,
Mister.
all the dads want to go to the teachers conference now.
Yeah.
Teacher conference.
Right.
Making TikToks in the
Right,
classroom
right.
ain't
How
never.
much?
Right.
Yeah. How much it costs to join the PTA? Don't worry about it. I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm going.
good.
I'm
Oh
going.
man,
Y'all
that's
crazy,
funny.
man. Thank y'all.
Hey, can I ask the table a question though, real quick? I have a question that I asked before we get up out of here.
Please.
I presented this question to some coworkers. Last week I had to do a third shift, so just to make the time go by, I asked the question. And I just want to know what everybody would say to it. So, if you were you had a job, you applied for a job and they gave you a job, and this was their stipulations that you got the job, but you had to work the first 3 months without pay. But when you get that 3 months in 1 day, they're gonna pay you your whole year salary that day, and the salary started at $80,000. They gave you that salary that day, but you still have to come to work for the rest of the year. And next time you get paid, it'll be that following year. So you have to work 3 months without getting paid, and that 3 months, 1 day, you get paid your whole year salary, $80,000. Could you do it?
Who you asked that question to?
Several people.
And what they say?
I want to hear your answer first, and I'm gonna say,
I can tell you mine.
Okay, go ahead. Everybody at the table, I want them to answer.
I'm working 3 months without pay.
I'm thinking if I ain't doing nothing else, then I can work. So I'm gonna get $80,000.
Your whole year salary.
In 91 days.
In 1 day.
Am I obligated to work the other 9 months?
Yeah, you have to work the
And I still get paid?
No, you don't get paid. That's
No,
it.
you just got your pay.
You got your pay.
Your
You get your own.
$80,000,
Your $80,000. Your whole year salary.
Oh, I ain't listened to the whole
Yeah,
question.
as I said, you get your whole year salary.
But-
On 91 days, you get your whole year salary, and you got to continue coming to work every day. Now, if you want to get technical about that thing, yes, it's gonna be some things in there. If you decide not to come, they're gonna get, they have a clause in there. If you decide not to come to work, all these in the next 9 months, they could take their money back, sue you, whatever, stuff like that. But you'll get your salary, your whole year salary, that 91 day. You get your whole
The
year
young
salary.
the young me would have said no. The young me, the learning me now. I'm taking that. I'm taking that 80,000 because I know what to do with it now. I know what to do with the 80,000 now.
Boing.
So yeah, I'm good with that.
That part right there.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm learned now.
Especially if I ain't already making
I worked
it.
the 3 months.
Yeah.
So
I'm already learned.
So the people I asked first on the third shift, they was young people. It was like, nah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I believe
Just like you stated, like young people, they couldn't do it because I guess they don't know the budget of money. You know what I mean? They wouldn't know how to budget that 80 grand for the rest of that year until they got paid again.
Man, please.
it's crazy.
They wouldn't know how to budget it. I told them it was going to be tax free. You get just straight.
I forgot that question.
Yeah, they get the tax.
They don't even
Of
tax
course,
my
3
lump sum.
months.
The first 3 months you got to
Pay my car payment up. My car insurance up.
and that's exactly what I told them. I said, man, I know,
Okay.
right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got your whole year's salary.
You can't you got to ask different age groups.
Yeah, that's what I did. I did ask different. Some of the older ones did agree too, but then I put it in this perspective. I said, well, you got to think about it. If you was an artist, a songwriter, something like that, you're not going to get paid up front.
Right.
It's going to take about 3 months, sometimes a year before you get that check. So you tell me you can't do it if I said that's the same thing if you work in a regular job. They gave you all your money right then and there after 3 months. Budget your money. Even as an athlete, you're not gonna get. You know what I'm saying?
You got to be grown with
Yeah,
the money. You got to be grown with
your
your
money.
money.
That's why athletes be broke.
Yeah.
Because they get that lump sum of money right then and there, and it's
Gone.
they blow it. And then when they're young, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, if a job did that to them, they couldn't do it. And I said, wow. Like I said, most of the first group of people I asked was 31, 27, 26. Then I asked older people that saying it was like 41, 40. They said, oh, I could do that. Easy.
Of course.
Yes, sir. Sign me up. You guys can
So when
sign me
I'm
up.
working for real, making way less than 80. Hey, come on.
Yeah, I'll
Yes.
take that. I'll take
Yes.
that. All day right for 1 year. Yeah,
That's good,
If
that's
I wasn't-
good.
If I wasn't already making that much, yeah.
I need that proposition.
If I could get that much,
She said, I need that proposition right now. I feel
Do
you.
it.
Yeah, that's a good. What's their salary though?
yeah, that is. That's real good. That's real good. Yeah, man, that's good. That's good stuff. Shoot, we've been going at it for a minute now, y'all. I appreciate anybody who's been listening. You know, rocking with us. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to, take some of your time and spend it here listening to some real talk. So hopefully, we sparked a fuse or something, gave you something to think about, maybe some convo you can take to some of your peers, and y'all can rapid taste the two on it. Feel free to give us an email at mediagroup119@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Leave a voicemail at 843-487-0098. I've been a host for the day. My name is Corey Grant.
Did a good job too.
For Dory, for Kennedy, for Tori. Yo.
Tito Jackson.
Toriano.
Yeah. We'll catch y'all on the flip side.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
stay up.
Stay up. Stay up.
We out.